Hey everybody, how's it going? I hope you're having a lovely day. Today I'd like to talk about words that have lost meaning in American society, particularly the word innovate. The word innovate used to actually mean something, but it has been misused, it has been beaten, it has been used so many times in a manner that has absolutely nothing to do with the original meaning of the word, that now when I see this word used, I don't think of something good, I think of something bad. This is similar to what's happened to words like purchase or own. It used to be that when you purchase something, you owned it and it could not be removed from you after you have purchased it. It used to be that when you purchase something, you own it, and the features and functionality of that product could not be taken away from you after you purchased it. It used to be that when you purchased a piece of software for a lifetime perpetual license, that you could continue to use that software as long as you owned it. And now we live in a world where the company that makes it can literally laugh in your face as they take that ability away from you and consider you unreasonable for wanting to use what you purchased, bought, and paid for. Companies have been misusing these words for the past 5 to 10 years and changing the definitions of them, getting those definitions to work on a sliding scale. And it's not for the benefit of you, it's for the benefit of them. Another one of these words is the word innovate. Innovate used to mean that things were getting better. It used to mean that you used to get 9 miles per gallon on your truck, and now you have a truck that is more durable, it is cheaper, it is more reliable, and you get 15 miles a gallon instead of 8 or 9. Innovation used to mean that you had a black and white television set, and now you have color. Innovation used to mean that you had a 286 computer, and that was the most powerful thing you could get, and now you have quad-core Android phones with infinitely more power than what used to be mainframes. Innovation means that things are getting better. Unfortunately, this word has been misused, distorted, and destroyed by both C-level executives and marketing executives that are looking to put a cloak over what it is they're actually doing, which is they are looking to make more money by changing things for the worse. You could say it is innovative to now have color cameras and color televisions versus just black and white. And you could also say that it is innovative to come up with new ways of screwing over the customer and having them be okay with it. That can be quite innovative if your goal is to make more money year after year without actually providing more value. Enter what Broadcom is doing with VMware. Broadcom has purchased VMware, and they are looking to make as much money off of it as possible. During a December 7th earnings call, Tom Krause, the president of Broadcom Software Group, said he's looking to raise earnings from $4.7 billion to $8.5 billion. And how is he going to do that right after purchasing VMware, laying off 2,000 plus of their employees that were actually responsible for making the software? It's going to be through taking away your ability to own it. So what they are going to be doing here is very, very simple. And it's what a lot of companies do nowadays rather than actually innovate. There are no more perpetual licenses, and there are no more support for VMware with perpetual licenses. So your license will work for now until they do something. It will continue to work, but you cannot buy support for it anymore. And new versions will be subscription only. Now, when we take a look at their blog post where they're talking about what they did, you will notice an interesting choice of words as you scroll through this page. I'm not going to read the entire page, but I will read the lines where they abuse this word. Engineering first, innovation-centric teams, and we are committed to driving customer success through faster innovation, a simpler portfolio, and a robust ecosystem. Better serve customers with continuous innovation, delivering the innovation to better serve customers with continuous innovation, new innovations. You fired 2,000 people that were responsible for creating the software, and you're just figuring out a way to make it more expensive. You're not talking about the new features that you implemented in this blog post. This blog post does not tell me how the software is going to be 10 times better than what you had last year based on these features that are being added that are going to revolutionize the user experience. You're telling me that instead of being able to buy it and own it, that I now get to pay you a subscription fee. That's not innovation. Again, I guess you could call it a form of innovation. This is similar to the type of innovation you see in restaurant menus. Again, it is a form of innovation. You used to give me a paper menu, and the paper menu was this is an old relic from the past where I would just be able to see what you made in your kitchen. Like steak, vegan burrito, this type of wine. Who wants that? Why would I want that when I could scan a QR code and look at my 4-inch phone screen at all the advertisements that you are deciding to present me as I view your fucking restaurant menu, which I've gone over in these videos. These people think that what I want to see is not what's available for lunch. I want to register to become a VIP member, become a VIP, write a review, win $500. Over here, choose better, refillable water to go. I do not want any of this shit. When I go to a restaurant, what I want to do is get a paper menu and read what you have to eat. Anything on that piece of paper that does not tell me something that I can eat, what is in it, and the price of that does not belong there. When I see an ad in a restaurant menu, when I think to myself, like when I first wanted an ad blocker in 2001, when I was using the original Mozilla 1.0.1 to right-click on advertisements on GeoCities websites and block images by server, I never imagined that I would need that for a restaurant menu. You wouldn't download a restaurant, would you? Yes, I would. I would pirate the shit out of the restaurant that tried to advertise to me while I'm trying to order a damn burrito. I don't need your definition of innovation of a restaurant menu. I need that as much as I need your innovation on the concept of purchasing and innovation when it comes to the idea of a perpetual license. Your definition of innovation, I need as much as a hole in the head. And it doesn't seem like this is something that is going to get any better. I've been talking about this for many years. This is something I've been talking about not just when it comes to software, but also the general concept of right to repair. Lobbyists have been using this language for a long period of time, saying that if it's easier for people to be able to repair what they own, if independent repair shops can actually fix things, that will stifle innovation.
There are dangers privacy. I think this bill, these bills.
Some mild editing. If you want to see the unedited versions of these two pieces of testimony, you have here and you have here. This particular video that I will link down below is one of my proudest moments testifying in front of a legislature and one of my favorite, and I genuinely enjoyed it. At the end of the day, whether we're talking about a lobbyist that is looking to try to make it more difficult for you to be able to repair what you own, or we're talking about a software company president or CEO that immediately after purchasing a company that has made cool products decides to make them more expensive while simultaneously firing the people that program that product, the word innovation in 2023 is not a word that should get you excited. It's the kind of word like cloud features. It's one of those words that should make you go, ooh, like, what are you trying to sell me here? And it's sad because innovation used to actually mean that things were getting better. And there was a time when we continuously focused on making things better rather than making them worse. Their definition of innovation is not ours. They're not talking about a camera with more megapixels. They're not talking about a speaker with less distortion. They are not talking about lights that are more energy efficient. They are talking about new ways to rob honest, hardworking people blind, whether it comes to taking away their rights of ownership, taking away control over their products, taking away even just their ability to say, I bought this, I own it, you cannot take it away from me after I bought it from you. Or we're talking about software that is, let's be real, probably going to get worse, laid off 2,000 people that they're going to be charging more money for. I hope this video has given you a little bit of pause when you see that word innovation to assume that you're not getting something exciting or new. Rather, what they're innovating is their ability to make money by taking away what you once had. Unfortunately, that is what this word means at this point in time, and you are going to see it everywhere. Software, media, hardware, trains. That's the world we live in nowadays. I'd like to take it back, though, and I could use your help when it comes to taking it back. That's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye now. What proceeds after this is going to be an advertisement. So because I know most of you hate advertisements, and myself as well, I will give you time to find the browser tab and close it or get the phone out of your pocket so you can move on to the next video. All right, so I have a repair shop. For those of you who watch the channel and are not aware, we do all different types of data recovery as well as motherboard repair. I've had this business for almost 15 years now. We do all types of cool stuff. We do micro SD card data recovery if they're cracked. We do dying solid state drive data recovery, hard drive data recovery, not just data recovery like I'm plugging it in and letting a piece of software do it for me. I mean, like, swapping heads, swapping controllers, putting little probes on cracked micro SD cards and ripping the data out of it manually. All that type of really cool shit, like soldering wires to micro SD cards. Chris is crazy. He does all sorts of cool stuff here. And what I would like to do is I would like to figure out how I can get featured over here. This is my business right across the street from University of Texas at Austin. They have a page, hard disk repair and data recovery. And the first company that they are linking to, in spite of the fact that we are right across the street, is Drive Savers. Drive Savers is a company that has literally billed people over $2,700 for a bad iPhone screen. The iPhone worked completely fine. It had a non-functioning screen. The customer didn't know that, and they billed them over $2,700 for that. This is a regular practice at that company. We are right across the street, and since we have an advertising budget of zero, I do not pay any money on pay-per-click ads, Facebook ads, Google ads, you name it, we don't pay it. It's all word of mouth. We are able to offer a little bit of better pricing than people that are paying $50 to $150 pay per click in Google AdWords. When you pay $100 for each click to your website, even if the person sending you the hard drive has nothing but a bad USB cable, to make up for all the people that did not pay you for a recovery, you need to charge everybody as much as humanly possible. And that is how you get into this situation where companies are charging over $2,000 for what is essentially a screen repair. We treat the people that walk into our store like family. If you go to University of Texas, if you're across the street, even if you don't go to the university, you can come by and use our equipment for free. We have several desks and stations set up that you can see here, where we have a microscope cameras, power supplies, multimeters, soldering stations, hot air stations, where you can come in and work on any of your own electronics projects between 12 and 6 Central Time, Monday to Friday. And if you have a question and you're not really familiar with how to use a microscope or how to use a soldering iron or how to use a hot air station or any of that type of stuff, you can ask one of our staff members and we'll answer some of your questions. So you can come in, you can work on your project for free, you can get a little bit of experience on these stations without having to spend over $1,000 on all the equipment to yourself to be able to figure out, how to use a microscope, how to use a hot air station, how to use a soldering iron, which soldering iron should I get. You can ask questions if you're having difficulty with something like, I can't figure out how to run this wire to this trace or something like that, and we'll try to help you out. I don't want this to just be something where I'm advertising to you and I'm just trying to sell you shit. I really kind of want this store to be a little bit of a community center for people that actually want to try and learn how to do this type of stuff. I've always wanted my store to be something like that, which is why I've had these open to the public repair workshops for several years now, where people can just come in and use the equipment like that. But yeah, if it could, I'm making an ask of you, and my ask is if you actually know how to get an entry in here, that would absolutely be awesome. Guarantee you 110%. We will do everything in our power to make you more happy than you would be if you went to a company like Drive Savers. We're right across the street too. You can't beat it. 2410 San Antonio Street on 24th Street. That's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something. See you all in the next video.